Hot dogs, America's favorite pastime. Have you ever watched a movie you love so much you want to share it with everyone you meet? For me, that movie's Hot Dog Program. But Hot Dog Program isn't just a PBS documentary about hot dogs. It's much more than that. It's a slice of life, a window into the past, a portal to a time before TikTok, before Facebook, before the towers fell. A time where the only entertainment you had was hot dogs and the people around you. The year 1999. The year on the back of the VHS cover for Hot Dog Program. But how did I find this movie? Well, I didn't. My roommate Drew did.
I don't mind if you do. Okay. As a family, we consider ourselves a bit of modern-day treasure hunters. We like to go to thrift stores. I found Hot Dog Program at a thrift store one day. It caught my eye. I saw the spine of it. I said, Hot Dog Program? What the heck is this? And I picked it up and I knew. I get on the store page, I say, Boys, this is Brass Monkey Page and boys, meet me in the VHS section. Boys all come to the VHS section. I go, guys, let's go home right now and watch this. And that's exactly what we did. It changed our lives forever. We've watched it at least 10 times this year. There's a version of Hot Dog Program out there for everybody. Go out there and find yours before somebody else finds it. I'm gonna go watch Hot Dog Program now.
Hot Dog Program's become a religion for us. I mean it when I say we've showed this movie to everyone who's entered our home since. It lives on our mantle, so we can gaze upon its beauty and it can gaze back at us. If you haven't yet seen Hot Dog Program, I'd encourage you to go watch it. It's the most wholesome piece of media ever created, and you're gonna love it. It's only an hour long, it's right here on YouTube. Just search Hot Dog Program. I must warn you though, this movie has powers. Hot Dog Program will give you an insatiable craving for hot dogs. I ate way too many hot dogs this summer. I hit my limit. I hit dog bottom, and I can only attribute it to my newfound love for this movie. Let's get into it.
Hot dogs.
Like any good piece of media, the first 5 seconds sets the tone for the whole thing. We open with big band music and B-roll of hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs is the first word we hear our narrator say. In case you had any conflicting notions about the subject of this movie, Rick Sabak is there to remind us. Hey Rick, what's this movie about?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. You can almost hear the smile in his voice. He sounds genuinely excited to be recording the narration, and that's another piece of what makes this movie so great. You can feel the love that was put into every aspect of its creation.
Everybody knows hot dogs.
We continue with everybody knows hot dogs. This is a self-aware movie. Rick knows he doesn't need to explain the concept of a hot dog to his viewers, but for the sake of the documentary and for preserving a piece of human history, he does. But he lets his interviewees do the heavy lifting. We get a montage of people enjoying hot dogs and describing what hot dogs are, and we get some amazing quotes in this montage. Let's go over some of them. I think objectively an apple is healthier than a hot dog, but let's move on.
I think a hot dog is best enjoyed alone.
Hottest take of the whole movie. You think a hot dog is best enjoyed alone? That's controversial because when I look back at my own life and all the times I've shared hot dogs with other people, those are some of the happiest memories I have. When I think back at all the times I've eaten hot dogs all by myself, alone in my home, that's not an overwhelmingly positive memory, which leads me to believe this man is hiding something. He cannot be trusted.
Nobody can identify anything they put in these things.
Okay, but we're still gonna eat them, right?
I'll take my chances.
Moving on, Rick takes us to our first stop along our hot dog road trip, Super Duper Weenie, where we meet the owner Gary and Mike, who Rick describes as Gary's assistant.
Gary's assistant, Mike Yancek.
Not employee, not partner, assistant. Gary's not a hot dog guy, he's a businessman. Gary is so enthusiastic about hot dogs.
I get off on it, and I get off on the feedback that I get.
Rick says he'll do just about anything for his customers.
Gary will do just about anything for his customers.
I get off on it, and I get off on people's lips, and I'll stick my head out and say, it's a great hot dog. Who could be happier, right? Most people are miserable at their jobs. So, I dig it.
Just don't ask him for a Diet Coke.
And then I hear diet soda, and the hair on the back of my neck goes up.
Diet doesn't exist here. You are here to splurge, you're here to relax, enjoy.
You do not want to see Gary when someone asks him for a Diet Coke.
What do you have? What do you have? Put your money in your hand and you're on your mind. What do you have?
What do you have? What do you have? The Varsity's our second stop. This is a hot dog store for guys. Ladies don't go inside and they don't want to.
Ladies did not come in the Varsity. Don't ask me why, but it was called the men's club.
There's a moment when the owner Nancy is talking about what makes their hot dogs unique.
The hot dog is just boiled. We have special design steamers to keep our buns nice and light.
She has a slight hesitation before saying the word buns. That is perfection.
Keep our buns nice and light.
The editor is an absolute master for cutting back to her so we can see what she's thinking in that moment.
Buns.
You have a dirty mind, Nancy. Probably all the wieners.
I eat them naked.
There's a woman who works here who's trying to turn herself into a hot dog.
I eat 2 when I get here, 2 when I go on break, and 1 when I go home.
That's too many hot dogs. I know because I found it. I looked hot dog death in the face and I was afraid. She looked hot dog death in the eyes and said, "Let's tango."
They are so good.
And you know she's got that dog in her by the way she puts my man Irby on the spot.
This is Irby. Sing the menu for him, Irby. Sing the menu for him.
This poor guy is just trying to go about his day unnoticed, and you know he doesn't want to be on camera because he sees them coming, so he starts wiping down the counter. He reluctantly recites the menu for them, but you just know he can do it much better when he's not under pressure.
Sing the menu for him.
What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? Have your money in your hand, all in your mind. Well, I can get you to the ball game on time. What kind of drink you want? Well, we got cocoa orange, frozen orange, sweet no butter, slid bud, Miller's, pepper, liver, black and white, cover, tab, stroll, light and good, no beer. What do you have? What do you have? Have your money in your hand, you're all in your mind. Well, I can get you to the game on time. What do you have?
He does seem to loosen up, and he lets us in on a little secret.
There's 3 words you got to learn. What do you have? What do you have? And just keep practicing over and over.
What do you have? What do you have? Is in fact 3 words.
Cocoa orange, frozen orange, cocoa orange, frozen orange, sweet no butter, slid bud, Miller's, black and white, cover, tab, black and white, cover, tab. What do you have? What do you have? Have your money in your hand, you're all in your mind. Well, I can get you to the game on time. What do you have?
Our next stop is Cony Island, the giant cement hot dog, where we meet Karen, who says,
I find everybody loves hot dogs that come in here.
well, duh, it's a giant cement hot dog. If you don't like hot dogs, you're not gonna go to the giant hot dog building, because you know, if you go there, what are they gonna have? They're gonna have hot dogs.
Chili, cheese, mouth is watering, isn't it?
Our 4th stop is Jacobs Field, where the hot dogs are more important than the game.
There would be no game if you didn't have hot dogs. You gotta have hot dogs.
We have to give our tickets away.
Pat lets us know there's something special about the mustard.
It's got a little Jewish mother in it.
Nobody can identify anything they put in these things. It's custom blended. It's very special.
If anyone's missing their Jewish mother, I regret to inform you, she may be a hot dog by now. She says the mustard's a fun product.
The thing about mustard is that it's a fun product.
It's got a little Jewish mother in it.
She's obviously just trying to sell more mustard because nothing is less fun than spilling mustard on your clothes.
Yes, the hot dog business can be fun, but sometimes it's work. In the middle of the night in New York City, attorney Stephen Shaw...
Here he is. Here he is. What's that? Books? One of them is probably a lever that opens a secret passageway. What's behind that door, Stephen? What's behind that door? What are you hiding?
You can't explain the popularity of sausages the world over than that they are activating more taste buds per square inch than almost any other kind of foods.
The only way he could possibly know that is if he dissects someone while they eat a hot dog. This man is up to something, and it reeks of hot dog mafia. Just look at his hat. His whole outfit screams hot dog mafia. He takes us to Papaya King and calls it a temple of hot dogs.
Yes, it's a temple of hot dogs.
This man truly has a way with words.
In some places, like here, the food is the decor, and the people. I mean, that's one of the things about any restaurant in New York, the people are the decor also.
He keeps saying things that make me think he's up to nefarious activities. Whatever they are, he sure knows his hot dogs, and he teaches us what makes a good hot dog.
The casing offers just the right amount of resistance. You gotta kind of bite into it a little bit and then bang, you're in there with the hot dog.
It's all about the amount of resistance you get when you bite into it.
A little bit and then bang, you're in there with the hot dog.
Then we move on to the copy, the imitation of Papaya King, Gray's Papaya. The hot dogs are 50 cents, and we meet some awesome characters here, like this hot dog freak.
I'm a hot dog freak.
And this lady.
I'm not an authority, but they're very good.
I know the hot dog mafia is in the room, but no matter how intimidating he is, he's not an authority on hot dogs either.
As soon as I gather enough money, I come back here. And I get more hot dogs.
I like to imagine it's this guy's life mission to gather enough money to get more hot dogs. They're 50 cents, by the way. But this guy's putting on an act, and he's done it for numerous TV appearances. Next we move to Nathan's for the annual hot dog eating competition, where we meet Wayne, who reinforces the idea that a hot dog has to have a good snap when you bite into it.
And there's a casing on this hot dog, a special sheepskin casing that gives it a certain crunch and snap when you bite it.
Children seem to understand hot dogs the best.
You know, Nathan's opened in 1916, and I guess they really, you know, make a good wiener. So they do specialize in dogs, so it really tastes good.
We also meet this guy, who's your typical armchair expert on everything.
I know the technique too. It's bite, swallow, do not chew. You separate the bun and the dog. You squish the air out of the bun. You go dog bun, dog bun.
Says he knows how to play just as good as the pros, but he never competes.
I might be a competitor next year. I don't know. We'll see.
I think the champion has the real advice on how to win this competition.
He eats hot dogs only once a year when he comes here.
Our next stop is Bill's Drive-In. This spot is for adults only. Trust me, you don't want to bring your kid in here and have them see this guy fingering his hot dog.
Adults love hot dogs and they're made for adults. You know, spicy and full of adult tastes.
Best to keep kids far away from here.
Adults love hot dogs and they're made for adults.
Moving on, Rick takes us to Super Dogs. Now I know we've been saying wieners and weenie this whole time, but here it's considered disrespectful. So watch how you refer to hot dogs around here.
They're not wieners, it says so on the menu. Not a wiener, not a red hot, not a frankfurter. They're Super Dogs up there. If you'll clean up your language, we can continue.
And no ketchup. Don't even think about ordering ketchup on your hot dog. They are very strict about that.
Ketchup being really an abomination.
Probably tied to the hot dog mafia in some way, but trust me, you do not want to mess with these people that eat a hot dog a day.
Every day I eat a hot dog. And I think it has to do with the spicy, seasoned taste. Because I don't eat a hamburger every day. And I could.
On to our 10th stop, I think. I lost count. We meet Peter, another member of the hot dog mafia.
Make sure everyone gets a good seat by the window. Our early morning customers who come in on Saturday hungover can't remember where they saw this guy at, but you know, they see a guy with a tuxedo as maitre d' in a hot dog stand. I figured it's kind of a thing to make them start out their day in a good mood.
He's wearing sunglasses indoors. That alone is enough evidence for hot dog mafia, but he gives us plenty.
Peter also manages the rock group Chicago.
We also meet Rich, a hot dog psychologist.
This is like there has to be something in the brain of the child that causes this phenomenon. Because as the child grows, at some point, I think in their teens, they finally bond with mustard.
Next up, we head to Portillos and meet Dick, who's well, it's his first name.
I don't want to get in your way here, Tom. Okay, all right, let me squeeze by you. How's the drive-thru?
That's Dick Portillo. He owns 20-some hot dog places.
How you doing, sunshine?
He began with one tiny shop, no running water, back in '63.
Hi, lady.
Hello.
How you doing? I'm good. How are you? Make sure you count that right.
I will too.
You can just tell this guy's a nightmare to work for. And the way he talks to people, he's gotta be hot dog mafia.
There's good hot dogs and there's bad hot dogs. And most of these people are repeat customers. If it didn't taste good, they wouldn't come back, would they?
After Portillos, we get a little tour of the Vienna beef factory. And this moment...
But the so-called skinless wieners have to have their fancy skins taken off.
This moment where the machine removes the plastic casings from the skinless wieners and they shoot out of the machine like a machine gun. This moment plays over and over in my dreams. Just imagine laying under that with your mouth open. Rolling around in there like Scrooge McDuck. That would be totally cool.
It's totally cool.
Cozy Dogs is next, and Buzz looks exactly like his father. Literally the spitting image. Here's a side-by-side. I think they might actually be the same guy, actually. And I really like this image they include of the original founders. They say a picture says 1,000 words. I'll just let this one speak for itself. Next up, we get to Rutt's Hut. This is a classy place. This is the kind of place you take a date. You both get hot dogs, you eat them with your hands, and then you finger blast each other in the parking lot.
Everybody was here just kissing and hugging, and you got me introduced to hot dogs.
You look so good, I just want to eat you. Here they deep fry the dogs. I need to get myself a ripper.
Most of them, after a while, they will become rippers.
They even have a secret relish recipe, and
it's mustard and cabbage and carrots and...
Shut up, Rick! It's a secret recipe! Stop saying the ingredients. That's what makes it secret.
If my wife knew I was here, she'd kill me right now.
Next we go to Pink's, where we see George Costanza on the wall, among Jay Leno and other celebrities.
There's nothing better than a hot dog and a drink. You know, in the middle of the day, it's even if you're sneaking food, you know what I mean? It's a good sneak food.
And watch out for this lady. She's sneaking hot dogs. Who's she sneaking them from? Where is she sneaking them to? This might be hot dog mafia activity. Next up is Law Dogs, where we meet my man Frank in the kitchen, who's dressed like a minion. Mind you, this is before Minions came out, so this guy is way ahead of his time. So Law Dogs offers free legal advice from a real lawyer. Is he connected to the hot dog mafia? I have my suspicions. Next up is New Way, where we meet Jim, who is another member of the hot dog mafia.
There is a red dye, a government number so-and-so, and it's very safe. And
Why are you putting red dye in the hot dogs, Jim? Why are you tampering with my dogs? What are you putting in there?
One thing about it, red, I don't know where to get them from. They're red hot dogs.
Very suspicious. Gotta be hot dog mafia.
I don't think anybody dislikes a hot dog, no matter where it comes from.
Heading over to Skin Thrashers, we meet the son of Skin.
Some people say it's the buns because we split them on top. Some people say it's the weenie.
I love this moment where he pauses for dramatic effect before saying the word weenie.
Some people say it's the weenie.
Next up is Frank's, where Frank cultivates an extinguished clientele base.
It's a little tougher, it's got a little snap to it. It's got a crunch to them.
They're tough dogs.
Everyone in here seems to be an authority on hot dogs.
Kind of goes...
I think by this point in the movie, Rick is starting to get a little sick of hot dogs by the way he reacts to this man.
It must be the chili.
Whatever.
At night, they do late night Franks, and we meet some awesome characters here.
You just like to stand around with a hot dog that you're not eating? Can I have a bite?
Sure.
We also get this golden moment, where a drunk woman is reminiscing on all her good times getting hot dogs, and she has her arm around Frank, and Frank just has this expression like, get this woman away from me. I don't know her, I just sell hot dogs.
My college years would not be significant if Frank were not a part of them.
Our next stop is Slots of Fun, where we meet the world's largest hot dog and some other incredible characters, like this German woman who is way too enthusiastic about its size.
In Germany, the hot dog is little, and in Las Vegas, it's big, it's beautiful.
Her enthusiasm for this giant hot dog is only matched by my enthusiasm for this movie.
Beautiful. You can all do Las Vegas, and the hot dog is
This giant dog gets the best endorsements out of any hot dog in the whole movie.
I had one last night. It didn't make me sick, so it's good.
When I first saw this, I was really excited about the giant hot dog. I wanted to get one for myself, so I looked it up if they still sell them, and I regret to inform you, they do not sell the giant dog anymore. So don't spend your money at Slots of Fun when you visit Vegas. Go elsewhere.
Oh my goodness!
In Alaska, we meet the luckiest man in the world, Michael, who lives the best life, serving up hot dogs 5 months out of the year, 5 days a week, and the rest of the time he spends traveling.
It's like a show, 5 days a week. You know, I do 5 shows a week. It starts at 11, ends at 4. It has really given me the opportunity to do world traveling, to write my own schedule. You know, working 5 months out of the year, I just couldn't, I can't imagine a better life. I mean, it's good. It's very good for me.
He is suspiciously chill, however. Maybe it's the cold, maybe he's hiding something. Maybe he's connected to the hot dog mafia in some way that would explain the excessive travel.
20% of my customers are mushers or handlers. Yeah, they appreciate a good dog.
Just a minute. I did around 27, the last great race on the obviously to the famed World Arches of Nome.
Oh, it doesn't taste like chicken.
3, 2, 1, go!
Nobody can identify anything they put in these things. It's got a little Jewish mother in it.
Last but not least, we visit the Dirty O. Lots of great folks here, like this woman who seems to get aroused by the idea of hot dogs.
You see it being made right in front of you. It's big portions and quality and fattening.
This is a great shop to end on because of the kinds of things people say. Hot dogs are all about the community.
The spot, you come down here, you meet girls when you were younger, you know. Now you bring your wife, your kids, your grandkids. Yeah. It's a tradition, man. It's great.
We get another montage of people enjoying hot dogs as a nice bow to finish up the movie.
I think hot dog is like part of the fabric of America.
People losing hands, feet, limbs, mother-in-laws that get fall in the dog, heads, teeth. Nobody knows what's in here.
Nobody can identify anything they put in these things. I don't think anybody dislikes a hot dog, no matter where it comes from. It's got a little Jewish mother in it. Well, it doesn't taste like chicken. I think a hot dog is best enjoyed alone.
And that's Hot Dog Program. So in short, what I love about Hot Dog Program is the amount of times people say wiener and weenie.
Weenie, weenies. Super duper weenie. Enormous wiener in a bun inside the giant weenie. Wieners.
Wieners.
Limp little weenie. Big wieners. Wieners. Wiener. Wieners. Skinless wieners. Natural casing wieners. Skinless wieners. Wieners. Weenie. Weenie. Extraordinary wieners.
Natural casing wiener.
When I first saw this movie, I really wanted to go on my own hot dog road trip around the country and revisit all the spots Rick visits and make like a spiritual sequel to Hot Dog Program. But it'll be a long time until I'm able to afford something like that. So if that's something you'd like to see from me, consider becoming a member of the channel and donating in some way. And until then, thanks for watching. I'm gonna enjoy my hot dog now.
I think a hot dog is best enjoyed alone. Best enjoyed alone. Best enjoyed alone. Best enjoyed alone. Best enjoyed alone.
A Hot Dog Program was made possible by viewers like you.